was about a week. I was like, okay. I give an honor to God, who's the head of my life. My pastor, Superintendent Michael Waldo, elect lady. Glad you guys are back. Miss you guys. Pastor Tanya, missionary, and my husband, the future Deacon Tucker. So, components of a spiritual cake. My ingredient is butter. I don't bake, so this was very challenging for me because I'm used to buying a box of cake, the box cake mixer, and then just add whatever they ask you to add and then put it in the oven and you got something. But I never ever tried to bake a cake from scratch. So my scripture, well, if I can say, my scripture is Mark 11, verse 22. And Jesus answering saith unto them, have faith in God. So my spiritual connection with my natural ingredient is faith. Okay, so first, let me just break down the process of making a cake real quick to you. You have those ingredients, your sugar, your butter, your eggs, your milk, your flour, your baking powder, and your frosting from when it's over. In the beginning of your cake process, you are creaming together your sugar and your butter. And I kind of like put that as your prayer and your faith right there, because you got your butter as your faith and your prayer as that sugar. So they kind of come together. Then you add your eggs. Then you add the flour and the baking powder to that cream mixture. And last, you add your milk until the batter is smooth. Then you got yourself something to put in the oven. And when it comes out, you add the frosting, that final touch. Okay, so let me get it back on to the creaming process. So you have to cream your butter for your cake mixture. And creaming means you're mixing your butter and your sugar together until it's well blended, which makes it spongy and fluffy and moist. So as I said before, that butter is that faith and that sugar is their prayer. And you mix them together. Just in the creaming process, when you have to have it so that the cake is spongy and fluffy and moist, sometimes you got some things that are a little hard in your life and you have to have faith. And when you're praying and believing in what you're praying for, some way God finds a way to make it a little bit more moist and fluffy for you to get through it, and your life gets a little more bouncy and spongy for you. So this is like in Matthew 21:22. In all things, whosoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. All things are possible to him that believe. You must have your faith in what you're asking God for. So the job of butter is to add moisture and flavor alone. If you're just saying, what does butter do? Why do you need it in your cake? It adds moisture and flavor. And the moisture is the spongy part where it's not dry, and the flavor is that distinctive taste you get when you eat your cake. So the overall job of butter in baking is to give richness, tenderness, and structure. Now, as people of God, we come across some things in our life sometimes where we're tested. Our faith becomes tested. I tell you, this whole week, my faith has been tested. From the beginning to today. And I said, you will not shift my faith at all. Anything that I was coming across, I kept saying, I recognize what's happening. And I kept saying, I'm going to trust that God is going to see me to the end. As I have been in everything that I'm going through now, I have to keep my faith in God. And when I pray sincerely to God, saying, God, get me through it because I can't do it alone. So that's why the butter needs that sugar in order to come together and make it real creamy. So that way you have, in the end, that moisture and that spongy, fluffy thing to your cake. Okay? So faith is not a tool. It's, to obtain what we want. Basically, it's a mindset. Like it enables us to pray as we should. Okay? And in Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Now, the Word of God is your evidence of your faith, right? You can't see what's going on in the future, but you're going to have to believe that it's coming. Just like when you're baking that cake and putting things together, you don't know what it's going to taste like. You don't know what's going to be the outcome of your cake, but you're going to have to trust that you're doing a good job enough to know that it's going to taste good in the end. Yes. So with that butter, I'll tell you, like, my topic, I was like, I got that butter faith. I got to have that butter faith. You know, like that faith that's going to be, in the end, that moisture, that richness, that tenderness that you need when you want something in your life. You're going to have that kind of faith, that butter faith.
Yeah. Come on, Tisha.
Come on, hallelujah.
Come on. When you got that butter in your cake, you got that richness, as I mentioned, the tenderness, and the structure. So when you come with your butter faith, God will give you richness in your life. You're going to have things that are plentiful and quantities of something that you're asking Him for, that you're desiring. Yes. And in the end, if you continue to have that butter faith, you're going to be able to get that richness in your life. Yes. Then when you got your tenderness, you still coming with that butter faith. No matter what's going on in the mixing process, when things are looking a little lumpy in your mixture, you keep whipping that butter and that faith.
Come on, Tisha.
Come on.
So come on, Tisha. With that butter faith and that tenderness is coming out. You got some gentleness coming in your life. You got kindness and love. And you got affection. And you got warmth. And you are having people concerned. Because you have that butter faith in God. And you got your structure. Now you know when we come to trying to have that faith in God, some things come along to try to get you off your course. They're going to try to bring you out of order. So there you got to have your butter faith to get you in that structure. Just like that cake has that nice firm shape and structure at the end when you have it out of that oven. Because with that butter, it's bringing together everything you need, that sponginess, that moisture, that good flavor. So that's what you want in your life. You want to have those kind of things. So when you got that structure, you got God giving you organization and providing you with order in your life for every situation you got. When you got the situation with your kids, you need structure with your children. When you got your marriage, you need structure in your marriage. When you want your job, you need structure in your job.
Yes, come on, Tisha.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, God. So what I'm telling you is that, you know, it's nice to say you can use oil as your substitute. When you gotta make a cake, make sure you got that butter in there.
Yes.
Together with that sugar.
Yes.
And you got yourself your creaming process.
Come on, Tisha.
You got yourself that smooth cake in the end with your richness, tenderness, and your structure because you had that